If he wants the water meter in because he believes again that it'll reflect more accurately his water usage, then by all means, I'm not going to jump over outside somebody's home. No, not at all.
Yeah.
I think just having spoken with him though, there is a bigger argument. It's trying to break that kind of idea that we can't beat the government back on anything. This has been genuine about this.
Yeah.
And I hear with a lot of people that look, you can protest, you can struggle, you can fight against them, but won't they get it in? What do they do with the household charge? 1 million people boycotted the household charge in March of 2012, and the government didn't listen to the people who sent a clear message to them: we can't pay this household charge. We know what lies behind it, the tripling of it in the property tax. And what did the government do? They came back with the revenue commissioners, threatened people, and are now deducting it from pensioners, from state pensioners, from people on welfare, and from people in work. You know, so there's been a huge ramping up of authoritarianism in this country, where no matter what you do, no matter what signal you give, the government aren't listening. So again, I think it's that idea that people have a certain fatalism. They don't think we can beat them on the water charges because of what they've done over the past 6 years, taking 32 billion out of the pockets of people on middle and low incomes, and just destroying our public services. So again, I think it's only in the struggle against the water charges that we can break that idea that there's nothing we can do, that we'll just have to accept our lot. And I think that's again an ongoing struggle. It's an ongoing dialogue that we have to have with people.
Yeah, and again, I know I said finally, but absolutely finally this time, John. Now, I know you're here representing people before profit, and there's various different groups involved in the protest here, but I mean, you were speaking about individual cases. If residents came out en masse and said, we don't want you to protest the installation of meters on this road, would you encourage the protesters to leave, and would you be prepared to lead that?
Well, I've actually proposed that we'd have we had a community meeting back on Thursday the 27th of May, which had 45 people in attendance, and who would all agree that they would fight back against the installation of the water meters, ultimately try to defeat the water charges introduced. And I've said it to this area as well too, that we should try get together as a community another meeting to have that discussion. But there was about 4 or 5 of the residents who've come out to me, including one you were speaking to earlier, who's heavily involved in it. So there are
but his parents own the house.
Yeah.
He's not. I mean, he wouldn't be paying that tax.
Well, he would be, because he contributes to the household budget.
Sure. Okay.
Like anyone. So there are residents on the street who have been actively supporting the protests here. Of course they have, and people from the next street over and the streets over. So again, it's not as if there's no real local involvement. Of course there is, and I think that's just a discussion we have to have as we go on, to have that dialogue where we have actually democracy in the streets, where we come together as a community to discuss the best strategy, the best tactics on how to defeat Irish water.
Okay, perfect.